Mhm. Yeah, today we are going to talk about the water. You know, in the requirements that I talked about, one of them was land, and I told you land determines a lot of things. We talked about uh, land structures, and so on. So today, in the requirements, to do good farming, you need land first of all. You need water. Secondly, you need management in place. Then the rest can follow. So today I want to bullet on which kind of water. I can ask myself many times, which kind of water do an animal need? For your information, um, goats don't have specific water that you will say. For your information, these are animals. Like the way you see these young nannies. These are around 4 5 months, the ones that you have weaned. If I say 4 5 months, doesn't mean that I don't know what I'm talking about, but all animals you wean cannot be of the same age, because remember the production and so on, it's different in different um, months. But for your information today, I'm talking about water. Now that you have gotten the land and you're now establishing a project, you have the land, but even building of the houses, you need land. Sorry, you need water. So water is a key. When the moment you have the land, you have seen the position of the land, the distance of the land, which kind of vegetation are you looking at? I want you to look at the kind of water that you have. Oh, where is the source of the water? For your information, water is so important in this kind of projects. Very, very important. Why? Because even the digestion itself needs water. If you have no water, you cannot do anything. So for your information, when you're selecting the land, take water to be a very strong point. Take water to be a very strong point, because that will determine a lot. Even if you have a lot of grasses and you have no water, you cannot do any work. I'm telling you. So what do we have to look at if we are looking at the water that can help you in your project? First and foremost, these are animals, these are goats, and goats or animals are really stronger than we human beings. The diseases that can easily attack us cannot easily attack these animals. Why? Because they are stronger, they can sleep outside. When you look at their skin is even stronger and harder. So for your information, when you're selecting land where you want to put your project, look at the water source. Where you're getting the water from. That is one of the things that you have to look at. But there is no specific water that we are determining to give to the animals. Why? Because these animals can be even be dewormed every after 3 months or every after 2 months. So that means even if an animal takes in a worm from the water, by the time it grows and produce or multiply in the system of an animal, within 2 months or 3 months can be cleared. So any kind of water, let it be in maybe you have these seasonal swamps, it's water and it can be used. Even if you have rainwater, well and good, an animal can use it. Some of you people can even do wells. I'm going to show you my video of the well that me I dug. I'm on River Nile, but I didn't want my animals to go down the other side to look for water. I want them to have water all the time in their troughs. So I need this guy to show you me what I did. I made my shadoof, we call them shadoof, or man-made well. They dig, then after digging, we put their pump, and the pump delivers the water. So me, what I did for the water, I really dug my well. I'm going to show it to you. Then after digging my well, I put there a pump. The pump runs and pumps the water out, and actually the water is delivered to the troughs in the houses. Let me tell you one thing. Me, when I grow up, people were telling me that goats don't do water, that people don't drink water. I don't know where people were getting those words from, but actually, even in my years ago, we used to have goats at home, and we never thought that goats really takes a lot of water. But the fact is, goats do a lot of water. The reason why some of goats that the reason why some goats were not even growing very well, because they didn't have a lot of water. So when the moment an animal is having very good water, so or enough water, even the digestion is simple and easy. You get it? So make sure your animals have water in plenty. What am I trying to mean by plenty? Is like having water in the trough of the goat's house all the time. How do we get water if we can't dig? Sorry, the systems how we can get water. One, you can dig. If you have a seasonal river, actually, when you're selecting even land, you also have to look at where could be the possible source of water. If the land doesn't have a possible source of water, then that wouldn't be a very good land. But still, we can use other systems, because goats can do any kind of water. But you can use water harvest from the goats' houses. You make your tank and then supply to your animals. For your information, a fully grown up goat can take over 4 liters of water. But this kind of goats can only do like maybe 2 liters of water per day, which is easy to handle. But make sure that they have plenty, they take what they can. We are blessed that in our country, the cheapest thing is water, not like other countries that the most expensive stuff is having water. So you can do your housing, and then you harvest water and make a tank. There is also those other tanks. I don't have those kind of tanks that I would show it to you, but I would show it to you. They dig underground and then they build it. So whatever water that goes from the iron sheets can be collected under that. We call it a tank that is made underneath. So you can also do that. You can do that water harvest. You can dig the wells. You can do boreholes. So those are kind of stuff. But also those wells that flows through our lands, you can tap it, make a bigger dam if you can, and then reserve a lot of water for yourself. So my dear, I've talked about water, and I have promised you many times that I'm going to keep showing you episode by episode about goat farming. The first one, you've seen it, the second one, and the third is also in the pipeline. So I think so far, this is what I had, and maybe also just to explain a little, um, I cannot get tired of explaining to you this. This is alfalfa. I told you many times, and I've also mixed in what you call Escomax from Bulemes. It has a lot of nutrients that really help us in digestion of these animals. So it provides a lot of vitamins to these guys. So these guys are fully doing zero grazing. I think you can see they are feeding on the powder, and you see how they look. I think their body score is not bad, since they have been just weaned from the mothers. So you guys, let me just wish you the best, and bye for now. So this is the well I was talking about. We dug it and then we built it. So after building it, we cover it, because animals would go in and die. Mostly the kids wants to come and play on it. So this was dug some time back, and there is I think it's around 30, they told me 50 feet down. That's around 13 meters or not even less. So it was dug, and there is a pump. I think you can see this wire is bringing in electricity to the pump that is inside, and then these are the delivery system. So this system I made, I'm not saying that when you're starting to do goat farming have all this, no, but I'm meaning think about it in future, you will need it. So these are deliveries. So if the pump is there, submissive pump, brings water here, then we distribute it the way we want. This delivers it to the tank to go in my toilets and even my house, and then this delivers to every house of mine, the goat's house. So it delivers, and I always have a reservoir at to every house, so that the water goes on, and then they supply water. The moment you don't give enough water to the animals, digestion is going to be affected. And two, the moment you give hard time to the workers, fetching water for 300 animals, they will not do it, and that will be a negative on you. It will be a loss, because somebody can't give enough of water to your animals. Simplify work for those guys. They will really do very good job. I think you have seen this, and let me just wish you well.